What's good with you guys? Your boy Devil here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be checking out a wrestling video, man. It's gonna be the 2026 WWE Royal Rumble was a complete joke by WrestleMania. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all whenever the season ends, whenever football season ends. Let me know how y'all feel about me like going back and reacting to some like old college mixtapes that I watched as a kid and shit like that. Just just rewatching them, man. Just seeing how truly cold that the said player was, and yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause once football season ends, I'm gonna be bored. So we're gonna keep the football shit coming. So we're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna find something to do. Maybe we can do like some throwback shit, like watch some throwback games or something like that. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure something out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. I know I've been inconsistent with the streams, with the videos, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to get back on the right track, you know what I'm saying? It's WrestleMania season in WWE, and you know, Super Bowl tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? My Seattle Seahawks take on the Patriots. You already know that's going to be a reaction video whenever that drops. But yeah, man. So wish my Seahawks a good luck, man. If you're a Patriots fan, I'm saying y'all the ops, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to have a good game. We're going to see. But enough of the yapping. Let's get to the video, man. And let's see what WrestleMania got to say.
As Triple H sat on the post-show panel of the 2026 Rumble, he was met with chants of UF'd up, Vince McMahon, and AEW. On the same breath, these fans would then chant for Roman Reigns, the man that Triple H had booked to win the Men's Royal Rumble. So what exactly went wrong? How did Triple H manage to upset the Saudi fans despite booking their favorite wrestler to win the match? And how on earth did Triple H cause so much upset within the IWC that fans are once again calling for a creative overhaul in WWE? Seems that 2026's WWE Royal Rumble was a masterclass in failure. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for
I ain't
daily
gonna lie, bro.
wrestling
It
videos.
was for a Royal Rumble. I don't know if it was the fact that it was an early Royal Rumble, like for those in the U.S. Depending on where you was at, you was getting up at 2, 12, sometimes even like what 10, 11, 9 a.m. like shit like that. I don't know if that had something to do with it. Like people are just like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not used to that for a Rumble to be like that. You know, we're used to it being starting at like what's 5:30, 5, 6 Eastern time. That's kind of what we're used to when it comes to the Rumbles. And so we had to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That could have a lot to do with it. It could be the fact that it was the crowd. I mean, the crowd was terrible. Let's just call it what it is. Crowd was terrible. Like, I mean, unless you were Ray, Roman, Randy, Cody Rhodes, they didn't really care too much, bro.
Triple H once again made the crucial mistake of labeling the Royal Rumble as epic and full of surprises before the show. Triple H falls.
Triple H does this all the time. No, every time there's a big show happening, it's a new era. This, that, and the third. But it's like, bro, nothing's really changing.
Into this trap every single PLE, and it never goes down well. Even if Triple H delivered the most critically acclaimed show in the world, there's always going to be a fan that takes his word as gospel and feels disappointed with the outcome. So it's best if Triple H just keeps his mouth shut when it comes to the promotion. It must have been extremely confusing for the game on the post-show panel as he was heckled by fans in Saudi Arabia, as on paper, this is a show that the Saudi fans should have liked. However, the Saudi crowd evidently wanted to see the return of Chris Jericho in the match, and this was proven thanks to the thunderous chants of Y2J on the post-show panel. It is worth noting that WWE have actively teased Jericho coming into the company thanks to tributes and matches, but he was never officially teased for the Royal Rumble, and the last thing we knew about him is that he's still listed on the AEW website as a contracted talent. The Women's Royal Rumble. Coming out of the show, the strong consensus is that the Women's Rumble stole the show. This was a clear focus in the match of making new stars. Lash Legend, Sol Ruka, and Kiana James all had career-defining moments. When Liv Morgan took the W, the match felt satisfactory. With that being said, the match did present some problems within WWE. Numerous women, such as Zelina Vega, received zero reaction from the live crowd. Vega is a 10-year veteran in the company.
Gang. That's when we started to get talking about these theme songs as well. You can say what you want, but the theme song really does make or break a wrestler. Like real talk. I mean, most of the time you hear somebody's song, you don't even know who it is until their name pops up on the Titantron. Def Rebel. Now I ain't gonna sit here and act like Def Rebel don't got some hits. They do. They've hit on a couple, but it's the changing people's theme songs when they don't really need to be changed. Stephanie Vaquer. Like, what are we doing, bro?
And there's no excuse for her receiving no reaction whatsoever. Her lack of reaction once again spoke volumes when it comes to the importance of a theme song. As when a generic, lifeless song was playing, you could hear a pin drop in that
exactly.
stadium. WWE needs to assess why certain names aren't connecting and rebuild them from the ground up, as WWE has so many names that are just struggling to connect in any capacity. And within some cases,
look
it's
at Kit
entirely
Wilson.
due to their
Got a good theme song. Over.
The Men's Royal Rumble.
Come on, bro.
Well, there's a ton of criticism being directed at the Men's Royal Rumble, and the majority of it has a ton of merit. The first thing that fans have an issue with is Bron Breakker's presentation. Breakker was their second favorite to win the match behind Roman Reigns, as he ended up being eliminated in just 10 seconds. WWE would then deliver another masked man mystery to take out Breakker, and whilst this was unpredictable, it made the supposedly next face of WWE look completely incompetent. WWE are seemingly building towards a Breakker versus Seth Rollins match for WrestleMania, but this does seem to suggest that WWE has already moved on from the idea of Breakker being that guy.
Well, come on, bro. We know that WWE, they're gonna always play it safe. They rarely ever take some risk. Because I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I said, bro, you can't please everybody. It doesn't matter what you do, people are gonna be mad. You took a risk. You had Jey Uso win over John Cena and CM Punk, who people thought were gonna win that match for sure. They were a lock to win it. You have Jey Uso win. Get that shock factor moment. People hated it. Then he goes on to make Gunther tap out. The dude who was literally retired are heroes. AJ Styles and John Cena. Jey Uso taps him out. And I'm not a Jey Uso hater, but that's just kind of crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? You make this move look so devastating. It's taking out our childhood heroes, but you have him tap out. And he was getting you tapped out chance for like the next 4 months. Which is why you can't make decisions like that, bro.
Other evidence of this comes from the commentary.
Hey, put me on the creative team, bro. I can help y'all out, real shit.
Future face of WWE countless times during the match, and this commentary line was previously used exclusively for Breakker. Something has changed when it comes to Breakker, and it could be a concerning time to be a fan of the former NXT champion. Another huge error in the match came from a basic lack of understanding when it came to the crowd. Numerous spots were taken up by AAA talent, and the Saudi crowd didn't have a clue who these names were.
Exactly.
All of them received zero reaction,
Mr.
and their
Iguana
inclusion didn't
got
even
no
elevate
reaction.
the match or any spots in any way, shape, or form. Their inclusion was frustrating, especially due to the sheer amount of talent that was left off the Rumble this year. Most notably, Finn Balor was omitted, and WWE decided to omit US champion Carmelo Hayes, despite Hayes being considered by many to be one of the future main eventers in the company. The Rumble was a clear case of WWE failing to have their priorities in order, and this was seen with the countless face-offs that Damian Priest had that once again received absolutely no reaction at all. It's clear WWE were trying to force moments in the match, but that's hard to do in a Rumble itself. Everyone remembers The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin sitting in their respective corners at 2001's Royal Rumble, or Edge soaking in the crowd at the 2020 Rumble. These moments felt genuine and raw, and you just can't manufacture these styles of moments. It felt like WWE were trying to put together a Rumble that would appeal to the Saudi fans, but they just failed to understand what they actually like as viewers. Sure, the Saudi audience wanted the top names and some returning legends, but they also wanted compelling narrative moments that didn't feel forced and scripted for, well, WWE unreal. And well, something needs to also be said about Rusev. Rusev's Royal Rumble performance was downright embarrassing. The man only lasted 32 seconds in the ring. This man was having matches with the likes of John Cena at WrestleMania, and now he's just lightly jogging down to the ring for 32 seconds of action? You knew exactly what he was thinking when he was eliminated. Other confusing omissions from the Rumble also included AJ Lee in the Women's Rumble, Blake Monroe and Tatum Paxley. As for the Men's Rumble, there was no reason why we couldn't see Carmelo Hayes, Shinsuke Nakamura, any of the Wyatt Six members, or even Kit Wilson. Hell, even having Jeff Hardy in the Rumble would have...
Bro, Jeff, hey. If Jeff would have showed up, You know what I'm saying? That would have been lit, bro. That would have been lit if Jeff showed up, bro. I'm telling y'all, like people be thinking that we be capping when we say this, but in a black household, this man really had more motion than Obama at one point. Like no bullshit. If you knew anything, just a slight bit about wrestling around that time, 08, 09, you knew who Jeff Hardy was. If he could, if only man, if only Jeff could have just stayed off the substances, the alcohol, all that stuff, man. Man. But Jeff, I do need to see Jeff in WWE one last time.
Popped the
For
crowd
sure.
enormously. What a massive missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was without a doubt the most established name in the Royal Rumble this year. Now, Lesnar's booking and presentation in the Royal Rumble has been a mixed bag over the years. We saw in 2020 that Lesnar can be used to create iconic Royal Rumble moments, but we also saw in 2022 that Lesnar can completely half-ass his appearances. Sadly, the latter approach was taken this year.
Yeah.
Lesnar lasted only 5 minutes, and in these 5 minutes, he had a lifeless stare down with Obafemi, eliminated some random names, no soul for Ilya Dragunov, and basically did nothing. Then when Jey Uso
okay. I thought he was calling Ilya random. I was like, hold on, bro. Hold on, hey, we want to get hang him high, bro. But nah, yeah, that no soul shit on Ilya. Yeah, that made me feel a type of way. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I know it's Brock Lesnar. He's portrayed to be animal, but it's Ilya Dragunov, bro. Them chops something. Ask Gunther about them chops. You know what I'm saying? Them shits hurt. You gonna feel those. But yeah, I mean, that's like it goes back to the crowd, man. I mean, you're having stare downs that people, so some people actually want to see, like potential dream matches, and the crowd just isn't involved. Like I said, if you guys are going to do Royal Rumbles outside of the States, it has to be crowds that you know that as soon as, like, from the start of the show to the end of the show, they gonna be on their feet, engaging, chanting. So that's you gotta go. Like I said, France has proven that they deserve one of the big fours. A SummerSlam, a Survivor Series, a Rumble, a Mania, something. They've proven that. Like I said, that's the best crowd in WWE, if you ask me.
entrance, Lesnar was unceremoniously eliminated by Cody Rhodes and LA Knight.
Yeah.
What really should have been the biggest elimination in the match wasn't even picked up on, resulting in one of the
They were
worst
speeding
Rumble
through that
botches
shit
of
too,
all
though.
time. It was clear from Lesnar's face after the spot that he was furious, and we still don't know how on earth this occurred. Now, this being the reality era of
they were
WWE,
speeding
we
through
can't
it.
rule this being a scripted spot for WWE Unreal 3, or it's possible that WWE messed up big time with this spot. Lesnar could have been used to elevate younger stars in the match, but it was a complete waste of time, and it was almost as if WWE wanted Lesnar just out of there. Lesnar is still rumored to face Gunther at WrestleMania, and the fact that Gunther was in the match, yet WWE didn't think to book them to interact, is alarming to say the very least.
True.
Yeet no more. The Jey Uso entrance has officially run its course. At the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble, the infamous entrance made Jey Uso look like a complete novelty act rather than someone who is a credible former world champion. Jey Uso was booked to be
The
more
crowd,
focused
man.
on heating rather than winning
And
the
no,
match.
and no,
Jey's
because you have to clarify yourself. I forget we on the internet. You have to clarify yourself. I am not racist to Saudi Arabians, but when the crowd is ass, they're ass. Now I'll say that for an American crowd, African crowd, it don't matter. And this crowd was ass. Like think about Rumble crowds. Think about you go into the show, it's electric. You feel the energy. You didn't feel no energy here. And I think that the crowd plays a big part in cause like you want those reactions, you know what I'm saying? You want people to go home happy, especially with the way TKO is. You pay all that money to go watch the show. You wanna enjoy, you know what I'm saying? You wanna enjoy yourself. But this crowd was like lifeless until like maybe they popped for like 8 people in both Rumbles. Everybody else is kind of just like, Yeah, we don't really care. I mean, this man Jey Uso running it back in the Rumble.
Entire arc revolves him around wanting to trust Roman Reigns and ultimately being backstabbed.
Yeah.
This isn't a compelling babyface arc
And
in
then
the
he went.
slightest,
Then he helped
and it's
him.
probably for the best that Jay is now a tag team wrestler again, as there's no chance in hell that the crowd takes him seriously as a main eventer ever again. Roman Reigns. Now, as expected, Roman Reigns won the 2026 Men's Royal Rumble. So why exactly are fans upset?
Right
Well,
after.
despite being predictable,
Hold
it's
on.
question if Reigns needed to win the match at all. Reigns can easily slot into a main event match at WrestleMania without this win. He did it last
Facts.
year, after all.
Exactly. That's
Reigns
true.
is now
That's
coming for
true.
the world title, and a lot of criticism comes from the fact that Reigns is a part-timer. Let's
Yeah.
face it, Reigns isn't going to be on SmackDown and Raw each week to build a match, and this is going to lead to CM Punk seemingly doing all the work himself. It was also alarming that Triple H admitted on the post-show that he has no idea when fans could see Reigns again. There's also concern that Reigns is going to win the world title and have a year-long reign with the title. This will eventually lead to a match versus The Rock next year at WrestleMania in Saudi
No,
Arabia.
I will give.
And
I
whilst
will
this
give Roman his flowers. He deserved that. He deserved to take for that schedule. I mean, you were carrying the company for during the pandemic. I mean, let's be real. A lot of people, when that Bloodline story first hit, a lot of people came back and was like, okay, I'm seated. So he's deserved that. But the issue is, bro, when it's a WrestleMania season and you are a integral part of the story, a part of a storyline, potentially main eventing one of the nights, you gotta show up, man. You gotta show up. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but and if y'all know he's not gonna show up, then the creative team, y'all gotta book somebody else that you know is gonna be there at least every other week. And that's what goes back to saying. That's why y'all gotta stop playing it so safe all the time. You know what I mean? Take that risk. Have Braun Breaker win. Have Obafemi win. Take that risk. Because, I mean, Roman had literally just said, prior to winning the Rumble, he had literally just said, the creative team needs to do better building more stars. Now, I don't know if that was like him just actually taking a shot at them, or if it was just like some kayfabe stuff, whatever the case may be. Because you just never know what WWE nowadays. But he's right. Whether it's in character or not, he's right. They got to do better at creating new stars. We can't have a guy that barely shows up being an integral part of WrestleMania. Now, he deserved it. I mean, people are going to tune in regardless because he's Roman Reigns. He's earned that right for the lighter schedule and all that. But it's like, come on, man.
Confirmed, we can't rule this out. Reigns winning the world
That
title
Seth Rollins
does
injury might have
absolutely
ruined some
nothing for
shit.
the WWE product,
Yeah.
unless he works more dates, and it doesn't appear
Facts.
that this is the plan. Fans have also called out Reigns for claiming that WWE doesn't make new stars,
There we go.
and agreeing to win the Royal Rumble 24 hours later.
There we go.
WWE is now trying to work these comments into a storyline, but these are clearly Reigns' own personal feelings. So what happens next? The consensus coming out of the Royal Rumble is that the concept is somewhat stale. The match felt put together, manufactured, and lacked any sense of authenticity. WWE failed to understand what the audience truly wanted out of the Rumble this year, and this has really hurt the reputation of the 2026 installment. Unfortunately, it's unlikely that any changes will be made to how the match is booked and presented. The show last year was even more successful than WrestleMania when it came to Netflix views, so the fans still love tuning in, even if the concept itself needs a creative reshape. The main
okay.
complaint coming out of the match, specifically the
That
men,
makes sense
is that
though,
nobody
low-key.
looked better coming out of the match. Rusev, Rey Fenix, Braun Breaker were all eliminated in a matter of seconds, and even popular stars such as Trick Williams were booked to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
WWE
Trick was
needs
over.
fresh
Trick
blood
was
and
over.
unique ideas in the creative team when it comes to the product, especially the Rumble. Michael Hayes was once again one of the names who produced the Men's Royal Rumble, and it's just rather alarming that a man who was exposed for being out of touch with modern day wrestling is still being given the biggest producer role on the show.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense, and WWE are refusing to make any concrete changes. The current
Because that's the
WrestleMania
thing, bro. It's the thing. I mean, these guys are all friends, and you're not gonna do your friend dirty. No matter if it's hurting the company or helping. Because, I mean, he is out of touch. I will say that. He is pretty out of touch with the modern day. I mean, he literally said Chelsea Green is not on the level, could, like, not reach the level of, like, a Charlotte Flair or a Rhea Ripley. When she actually could. Like, y'all got her doing, like, let's be real. Sometimes y'all be having her doing some dumb shit. Like, just, she could do better things. And she's still getting reactions. People still want to see her. So just think about it if y'all gave her an actual push. She's entertaining as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she could be one of the top women if y'all gave her that push. She could handle it. But it's just like to go on TV and say that her job is to make them look good. She can't be in that top spot. That's kind of crazy though. That just proves he's out of touch. Because everybody loves Chelsea, man.
Your card looks somewhat bleak on paper. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre have been feuding since the summer, but based on the Royal Rumble, the two will be running it back. This feud has no heat whatsoever. They just had a 3 stages of hell match, and that hasn't even ended the feud. The only wildcard.
Thank you, WrestleMania. How do you have a 3 stages of hell match and that doesn't end a rivalry? Feuding since the summer. Like, we've already went through 3 seasons since they've been feuding. Feuded in the summer. Feuded in the fall. Feuded through the winter. And now they're going to be going in spring as well. So all 4 seasons this feud has lasted. It's insane. How does a 3 stages of hell match not end a rivalry? That should have been the end right there. Like I said, can't build new stars.
In this is Jacob Fatu being inserted into the feud. Punk versus Reigns could be excellent, but that's if Reigns commits to showing up, as Punk selling a WrestleMania Night 2 closer by himself every week won't be entertaining as a viewer.
Facts.
The rest of the card appears to be up in the air. There are a lot of big players without clear direction, and this is concerning, as the Rumble could have been used to plant the seeds for matches at the biggest show of the year. WWE would do the typical accidental elimination spot numerous.
I will say that we could certainly see something happening within the Judgment Day girls. With Liv eliminating Raquel. You could certainly, I mean, obviously Liv's the winner, so she's going to be getting a world title shot. So, but maybe you can sprinkle in something where, I don't know, maybe Raquel and Roxanne cost Liv the match. Maybe, or maybe she wins the title at Mania, and the following night on Raw, Raquel attacks her, and then Roxanne comes out. Seems like she's gonna help Liv or whatever, and then they just jump her. Cause Liv, I mean, let's be real, Liv is basically a face. Like, everybody loves Liv. So I think it's time to, like, fully commit into her being a face. I mean, she's great as a heel. She's amazing as a heel. But people are cheering for her. So I think you're at a point where you can kind of pull the trigger on the face turn. Or maybe even have her be a tweener. Like, maybe she's not a villain, but she's anti-hero. Like, I don't know. Something like that, man.
But this felt repetitive in nature and don't appear to be building towards solid WrestleMania programs.
Facts.
Hopefully for next year, WWE goes back to the drawing board with the Rumble. It's urged that they put focus on new talents whilst bringing in legends so fans can give them their flowers. But the key is giving fans a compelling, gripping Rumble with twists and turns that ultimately returns the Rumble to once again becoming the most exciting WWE event of the calendar. What do you guys think of the Rumble this year? Do you agree with this? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
But yeah, let me know what y'all think about the Rumble. I gave it like a 7 or 8 on stream. But that's mainly because the women did their thing. And I really enjoyed AJ and Gunther. Now the men, nothing too crazy. I mean, it was cool to see Oba go crazy in there. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Uh, like I just don't know. Like they gotta find a direction. They have to truly find a direction for some people. Um, Punk and Roman, that's gonna be great. That's money making right there. But like he said, Roman has to show up. Roman has to show up and book the and you know what I'm saying, get the story going. Now their promo on Raw, I did see that that was awesome, awesome. That's what we're gonna need leading up to WrestleMania. But I don't know, man. Now Liv, much deserved, much deserved, much deserved. I think that she was the clear cut winner. Sad that we didn't get to see Bianca, but it is what it is. But let me know y'all's thoughts, man. Let me know how y'all felt about the Rumble this year. I felt like it was kind of mid. It just didn't feel like a Rumble. I don't know if that was like the time that it started, the crowd, the booking, maybe all the above. It just did. It really didn't feel like a Rumble though, to be honest. I mean, this should be, and this, you know what's crazy is that we're gonna have WrestleMania next year in Saudi. So we're gonna have to deal with we're gonna have to deal with a potentially not too hot of a crowd for a Mania. Like I said, there's no disrespect to those that are of Saudi Arabian descent, but it's just like y'all gotta be engaged. It's Rumble. It's the Royal Rumble. Like I understand that there's some shit that's going on that's like maybe it's not entertaining or whatever, but you gotta be engaged, man. But let me know y'all's thoughts, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe to WrestleMania. Link to the video in the description. Yeah, man. Let me know what y'all think about the football shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I said, I don't want this. I don't really want this to just be solely wrestling. Just because cause there's sometimes where it starts to get like when people when the booking ain't there, then it's just like I don't really want to tune in every single week. But it's Romania season, so we gonna try. I'm gonna try to get more consistent with the streams, with the videos. I was kind of waiting on the Super Bowl, and I shouldn't have done that because this is not just a football channel either. It's kind of just wrestling and football. You know what I'm saying? Two of the sports that I love. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Go Hawks.